Coming up on the news at Rider, Greek life looks to expand its numbers during Rush Week.
And the Rider hockey team clinches a playoff berth.
Stay tuned for the news at Rider. The entire month of February is Black History Month. Throughout the month here at Rider, there will be events designed to celebrate African American history and culture. Nicole Lawrence has the scoop on how the students of Rider will be commemorating this important month.
The theme of this year's Black History Month is Red, Black, and Green. What does it mean? The students of Rider University are taking the challenge to find the answer to this very question. On February 1st, the Black Student Union held a chill night where they enjoyed fun, food, and games. And on Martin Luther King Day, January 31st, Dr. Michael Eric Dyson spoke about the ideas portrayed in his book entitled Race Rules, Navigating the Color Line. I got the opportunity to speak to the president of BSU about some upcoming events for Black History Month, and I also talked to some Rider students about what Black History Month means to them.
Black History Month is a time when we can reflect as an African American community on what we've been through in the past. It's basically a time for us to reassociate ourselves with our past. A lot of us don't know where we come from. A lot of African Americans who were born and raised here, whose parents and grandparents were born and raised here, don't really know where we come from, whereas a lot of other people who may be Black, who may be either Haitian or Jamaican, they all have a country or a flag or something to identify themselves with, and they may understand their ancestors and they may understand their heritage. However, when it comes to being an African American in America, Black History Month is a time where we can actually learn about our history, where we can't learn it in the classroom. You can't open up a history book. You can't go to history class and actually learn about it. So it gives us an opportunity to better bond with each other.
Black History Month is basically a celebration of our roots, the people of the great that have passed and those that are yet to come, and just everyone to recognize, what being Black is really about. It's Black History Month for me.
We have next week coming up an event called On Fire, February 19th at, I believe, 8 p.m. right here in the Fireside Lounge. And it's basically introducing the first Black literary journal that Rider's going to publish. We have Gospel Fest coming up. It's the end of the month. It's an annual thing. I think we've been doing it for over 10 years. And we have a whole lot of outside guests coming, choirs, dancers, people who mime, people who sing, all that. So that should be interesting. And a couple more events, so look at the BSU calendar.
For more information on this month's activities for Black History Month, you can visit Rider's website. This has been Nicole Lawrence for Channel 20 News at Rider.
Throughout the month, the News at Rider will keep you posted about the activities taking place for Black History Month.
With the winter sports season coming to a close, Rider's attention has been all about the men's basketball team, as they are first in the MAC and looking for the NCAA berth in March Madness. However, the ice hockey team is having a successful season and has made the playoffs for the first time in a few years. Sean Rainey found out what the team's mission for this season has been.
The end of February means one thing to a college hockey player: playoffs. The hockey team has clinched either the 5th or the 6th seed when the playoffs will begin in 2 weeks. I asked the players, how does it feel to make the playoffs?
It feels real good. It's one of the goals we set in the beginning of the season. Worked hard and finally did it. We should have made it last year. We had a good enough team. Just missed it by a couple points. This year again, it feels real good.
It feels good. My first year here, we didn't make the playoffs, but this year we finally made it, and looks like we're heading in the right direction. Hopefully we can even build on that. But it looks real good right now. The future looks good for the Rider hockey team.
Feels pretty good. Definitely was a goal that we set at the beginning of the season, and we pretty much did everything we could to get in. And we won some games that we shouldn't have won. We lost some games that we shouldn't have lost. But we're at the playoffs, so that's all that really matters.
A cliche in sports is defense wins championships, and defense in hockey begins with goaltending.
Get a good game from Bobby. Bobby can steal any game versus any team in this league. So if you get a good game from Bobby and you pop a couple goals in quick, you got a good chance to beat him.
Bobby's played pretty much out of his mind this year. He's played very well. Really can't ask for anything more than that out of Bobby. Sauce has come in and filled him a couple games. He's done a good job as a backup goalie. But we really rely heavily on Bobby Kavork, and he's just done a great job this year.
Games against Temple are always tough. However, the team points to these games against them as a possible turning point in the season.
I think both the Temple games. We did lose both those, but only by a goal, and we played them real strong both times. And that's a team we hope to see in the playoffs again because they owe us a game.
The one game that really sticks out in my mind was, even though we lost it, was probably the first Temple game at Northeast Skate Center. We were down 6-2 going into the third period, and we came back really strong, made it 6-5. We almost ended up winning the game, but that really showed that we were probably a good team because we came back, and Temple is third in the league right now. So we showed that we can compete with probably one of the best teams in the league.
A possible opponent the team may face is the Wagner Eagles. Rider lost both games to Wagner this past season, and I asked the players how a third matchup against the Eagles will be different from the first two games.
Well, you know, we got to put more goals on the board and also play a good defensive hockey game. I mean, time and time again this year, we've given up a lot of goals, and we need to limit that to about hopefully something like 2 or 3 rather than like the 6 or 7 we usually give up against these powerhouse teams. So if we can do that, I think we'll be in pretty good shape.
We stayed right with them. We had a couple late goals in the third period. One was disallowed, and it should have been, you saw it, should have been a goal, a goal closer. It should have been 7-5 instead of 7-4. I think we're ready to play any team right now in the Matcha.
Although the hockey team has clinched a playoff berth, there is still a lot more work that must be done before they can call themselves champions. This has been Sean Rainey, Channel 20, News at Rider.
The playoffs for the hockey team begin on Friday, February 29th at the Ice Vault in Wayne, New Jersey.
Along with other schools in the area, Rider University participates in the Community Blood Council of New Jersey, giving students the opportunity to donate blood. Members on the council explained that 1 pint of blood can save 3 different individuals. 26 individuals gathered in the Bart Luedeke Center's Cavallo Room on Tuesday in order to give blood, saving 78 people. The turnout was rather slow due to snow, so the council hoped to make it up for it on Wednesday, the second day of the drive. By the end of the 2 days, they hope that 100 pints of blood will be gathered. For those students and faculty who are anxious to donate blood in the future, they will be able to do so in about 3 months when Rider will host another drive.
Valentine's Day was this past week. Steph Sarchel joined Protestant Campus Ministry as they prepared for the annual Day of Love.
This past Sunday, members of Protestant Campus Ministry gathered in the basement of the Guild Chapel to partake in yet another volunteer activity. The religious organization had entitled this event, PCM Spreads the Love. During the wind and snow combination that Lawrenceville had on Sunday afternoon, students harvested paper, glue, markers, scissors, glitter, and their original ideas to create homemade Valentine's Day cards for the less fortunate. Although few bodies attended the event, there was a massive love present in the McAllister Lounge.
I hope, and I think we all hope, that by making them we can help spread the love and just brighten some people's day. That I know that it's going to sick children, so hopefully they'll make them feel better when they're going through such a rough time.
The card creators worked hard till 5 p.m. early Sunday evening, preparing their creations for a Monday afternoon delivery. Reverend Nancy Schluter, the full-time Protestant chaplain at Rider University and the advisor of PCM, planned to accompany students as they delivered the Valentines and their love to the Good Samaritan Baptist Church in Trenton. Following the receipt at the church, the love-filled memos will ultimately find themselves in the hands of ill children at a nearby hospital. This Valentine creation is an event that PCM engages in annually. Protestant Campus Ministry is one of 5 current religious organizations at Rider University. The institution offers overnight retreats, many opportunities for volunteer service, social events, and spiritual guidance.
I always find it nice as a community to be able to do something for other people, and so we're always looking to do nice things for other people because, we're all really fortunate here. And so that's what PCM is all about, is like being able to just help others that are in need.
Worship is held every week, Monday evenings at 5 p.m. in the Guild Chapel. This has been Steph Chartel, Channel 20, News at Rider.
Be sure to check out the calendar of events on the university website to stay informed about Protestant Campus Ministry.
Every week, Swigert Auditorium fills with students interested in making a difference. Gina Grasso was there to cover the ongoing issues being debated by the Student Government Association.
On Tuesday, the Student Senate met to continue their discussion on the housing crisis.
We're doing a number of different things. First off, we have the Housing Committee who actually made the recommendations that you heard today. And in addition to that, we have Senate committees which I had formed this past semester, and these committees are responsible for a number of different areas of Senate.
The Housing Committee worked hard to fix any misconceptions that the students had regarding the current situation. They pointed out that the growth of the university is due to an increase of continuing students. A little over 1,000 new freshmen will be admitted in the fall, making one of the smallest incoming classes. Dean Campbell attended the meeting, ensuring students that he stood behind them.
What we are going to do, though, is that we are going to work with you and that you are important. And through this whole thing, we're going to spend a lot of time and have people work with you to get through the transition, to make sure that we can meet your needs in every way we can.
Another issue that was brought to the floor revolved around the Student Standard Board.
SGA's role in the community standards process is to confirm the appointments that are made by Keith Keem on the Office of Community Standards, to make sure that the students that have been chosen to sit on that board really do represent the students. But we need to confirm them to make sure that they're representing the students' point of view and not what the administration thinks they should be representing. That's the whole reason why we have them come in front of Senate and for us to appoint them.
The next Senate meeting will again touch on the housing situation, but will also cover other given topics.
Well, next week we're just going to devote most of our time to energy sustainability. Ryder's president, Mordecai Rosansky, signed on to a commitment to make energy more sustainable, and there has been an energy sustainability steering committee that has been meeting to talk about and give some suggestions about how they can make Ryder a greener campus. We're going to bring those suggestions to the Senate and hopefully get more suggestions from senators on how we can make Ryder a greener campus and how we can increase our sustainability on campus. And that'll be one of the big issues that's not only going to be next week, but for future weeks in Senate. And there'll definitely be more to come on the housing policy and other issues that are of student concern that we heard from Make It Happen Day that we're going to continually work on in the upcoming weeks.
This has been Gina Grasso reporting for Channel 20 News at Ryder.
Those interested in having their voices heard can attend the next Senate meeting next Tuesday at 11:30 in the Swigert Auditorium.
This past week has been very busy for sororities on campus. This week is referred to as Greek Rush and has been exactly that, a rush. I had the opportunity to attend the semester's rush process. Sorority Formal Rush is a mutual selection process. The week starts with 2 days of meet and greets in the BLC. On Wednesday and Friday, the girls are invited to bond further with the sisters of their house of top choice. The week ends on Saturday, where sororities present their final bids to those interested in joining. Then the celebration begins with the famous balcony ceremony. During Monday's event, I had an opportunity to receive some more insight on Formal Rush.
Basically, we have informal rush and formal rush. In the spring is formal, and you basically go through a week of a process where you go to each chapter, and then as the week goes on, you begin to eliminate each chapter until you're left with one. So you have at least 12 Ryder credits, so usually a second semester freshman, you have to have a 2.5, and you have to be a girl, of course. A lot of preparation. We have to get girls to sign up. We have to make sure that we advertise it a lot to get good turnout, and so far we have pretty good turnout, so we think this rush is going to be really good.
Good luck to all the potential sisters participating in this semester's rush process. This is Garrett Williams, Channel 20, News at Ryder. The Bid Day celebration will be held in the Cavallo Room on Saturday at 12 p.m.
Ryder has made many changes as of recent, some being web-related. I had a chance to poke around the recently renovated athletics website and get some responses from the student body. Over the recent winter break, the Ryder University Athletics Department launched its new website, GoBronx.com. The site is set up to be the link between the visitor and anything they need to know about Ryder athletics. The site features game schedules, featured players, coach feedback, and so much more. Each sports team has its own section of the site where visitors can find out more in-depth information about each individual team and its players. The site also features the new university logo and lots of use of the university's color cranberry. Students seem to be very pleased with the new site.
I love the new website. I think it's great. I signed up for the newsletter to get all the updates because I don't get a chance to go to all the games. And for the games I want to go to, I buy my tickets online. So I think the new website's great.
I actually think it's really informative. When I'm at home or I miss a game, I can go to check out the scores or updates on news, see if Ryder's been in national news or anything like that. You know, I'm Jason Thompson's #1 fan, so I got even a #1 jersey on the website.
I really like it. I know that the Rider University made a new website, but I really like this one much better because they really know how to use the colors, and you see the new logo, and it's really organized, and it's very visually appealing.
I just think it's a very organized way to get students involved, because say a student doesn't know when a game is, he or she can bring all her friends to, this game to bring more support. I have seen a billboard driving on 95. I believe it has Jason Thompson, and right underneath him it says the actual website, www.gobronx.com. So I think that's a good way for students and even people driving on the highway to check our website out, and it's great promotion for us.
This site is powered by Jump TV Sports College Sports Direct. You can check out the website at www.gobronx.com. For the News at Rider, this has been Kelly Dixon. The Athletic Department, what's your input on the website? Students can contact Karen Torsha at extension 5245.
Catholic Campus Ministry has held an event called Singled Out this past Tuesday evening. Sean Rainey has the details.
With Valentine's Day approaching, CCM held a singled-out dating party game at the Rider Pub. Students enjoyed food and giveaways throughout the evening. I asked some of the CCM members where they got the idea for the dating game.
Well, one of our previous presidents, Tom Misiak, he graduated in '02, I believe, and he came up with it, and we've just been going off it every year since then. So,
well, this game's been going on for before I've been here, probably for the past 30 years at Rider. We took a guest from MTV, and Father Bruno asked if I would host it, second year in a row. Unfortunately, we lost all the questions last year, so we had to make up new ones. Didn't have as many as we would have liked, but I thought all in all it went pretty well tonight.
Questioning the contestants was a big part of the game. I found out where these questions originated.
Studied through a bunch of old websites, tried to find none of them were any good, so me and my buddy TJ Weston, I'll give him credit for a lot of the questions. We both did them. Also, Sean McCauley also came up with a few as well. And a couple from the audience wrote a few questions down as they came in.
Although weather played a factor in attendance, CCM was still pleased with the overall event.
I was pretty happy. I think some more people would have came out if the weather wasn't so bad. But we had a pretty good turnout. We had some new faces come out that we never had to our events before, so it's pretty good.
This has been Sean Rainey, Channel 20, News at Rider.
CCM will be holding a Lent Mass on Monday through Friday in the Guild Chapel at 11:30 during the Lent season.
Although Rider University has 2 official campus media outlets, they often just focus on the Lawrenceville campus. The News at Rider decided it was time to feature the Westminster Choir and accentuate their tremendous accomplishments.
Over the semester break, the Westminster Choir, one of the 8 choirs on Rider's sister campus, traveled to Texas to embark on their winter tour. Throughout their 10-day experience, January 10th through the 19th, the elite ensemble, under the direction of Dr. Joe Miller, toured Houston, Austin, Dallas, and Fort Worth. The near 40 students migrated from hotels to homestays, where host families of the nearby communities were honored to meet their accommodations. Westminster Choir College annually chooses a region for touring, where they hope to embark on an experience that will better the ensemble and promote the talents of the Princeton campus. Texas is known as one of the best, if not the best, choral state in the country. Westminster Choir was determined to expose the gifted Southerners to the talent and great opportunities available in New Jersey.
We kind of scout out an area of the country where we really want to target. Like I said, Texas has an amazing music program, really strong statewide music curriculum. So that means their kids are smart and they have great skills, and those would definitely be people that we would want to come to the school. So I think we kind of sought out Texas.
I had the opportunity to ask director Dr. Joe Miller why he felt his ensemble was suited for such a tour.
One of the missions of this choir is to promote the name of Rider University and Westminster Choir College. And so being the namesake of the school, that's what we really designed the choir to do, to perform at the highest level and to have a size of ensemble that's flexible, that we can go out on the road and spread the word of what we do.
The chosen performance pieces for the Texas tour consisted of a wide variety of musical works. Their sets included folk songs, jazz numbers, Gershwin, and even a piece composed by a Westminster choir member himself. The Westminster Choir is the most refined and selective of the choir college's ensembles. Second soprano Kelly Schreiber explained, becoming a member of the Westminster Choir is a rather meticulous process. Despite the hard work and devotion required for participation in the ensemble, singers feel that being members is a true honor. Having experienced their time in Texas together, the choir now reflects on the strong bond that developed among them all.
I think that we've become more unified as a choir. You know, we're all the same. We're all trying to strive for music to just be something for all of us.
Director Dr. Joe Miller agrees.
Well, you know, that it's like building a family, and all families are different, and so this family really has their own personality, and it's a very special group because they bonded together so well very early on in the process. And really, that forming of that community adds depth to the music making, which is really exciting. It's great to be a part of.
Although touring Texas was a remarkable event in the lives of these talented performers, their minds and their focus has already moved forward to their next road trip. Next week, the inspired musicians will be traveling to Michigan, for they have been invited to headline the American Choral Directors Central Division Conference. They will perform at Calvin College Fine Arts Center in Grand Rapids, Michigan. The ensemble is very excited and flattered to have been selected to headline such a renowned event. However, they are aware of the high expectations audiences and the present directors will have for their performance.
Stay tuned to the News at Rider for even more Westminster news and updates.
The Black Student Union recently held an event called A Celebration of Black Love. Nicole Lawrence was there for all the fun.
Hassani Pettiford is both a speaker and the author of Black Thighs, Black Guys, and Bedroom Lies. He has traveled all over the country to speak about the many sexual issues that people face in relationships. I got the opportunity to speak to Hassani Pettiford about his speech and the president of BSU about what it took to put together this event.
Celebration of Black Love is something that I came up with as a board member last year, and it basically combines Valentine's Day and African American history. We saw Hassani Pettiford at the National Black Student Leadership Conference in D.C. The BSU goes every year, and we basically went this year with our largest group of 24 students, and we saw him do the same workshop, Black Thighs, Black Guys, and Bedroom Lies, and he was more than willing to come and do it here at Riders Campus.
Black Thighs, Black Guys, and Bedroom Lies is a powerful, eye-opening book. It's what they call a punch-you-in-the-throat type of book because it deals with many of the sexual games that men and women play in relationships and how sex too soon in a relationship can ultimately have a negative effect on that relationship and the relationships in the future.
Tonight was awesome. I wish more people from Rider had come out because they really need to know the truth about collegiate relationships or lacking thereof and the problems that we face and the lies that we tell each other and think no one's going to find out. But everyone knows the same game. And I think we need to stop playing it. So tonight was great, though.
Well, basically we had to, book Hassani Pettiford. We went out and got some decorations, made sure we did all the publicity for it, and just wanted everybody to come out and have a great time.
At the end of the night, Hassani Pettiford had a surprise for the audience. He gave out copies of 5 of his 7 books, including his hit Black Thighs, Black Guys, and Bedroom Lies. A big thank you goes out to Hassani Pettiford for coming out to Rider to make such an amazing presentation. This has been Nicole Lawrence for Channel 20 News at Rider.
And we're out of time for this week's edition of the News at Rider.
We'll see you back here next week. Do your best to stay warm and dry. Until then, I'm Garrett Williams.
And I'm Kelly Dixon.